work in my house, man. I wish it was just put down while you pray, excuse me, to do that. So we just want to thank y'all for coming. Of course, tonight is the night where anybody have an issue that y'all want to discuss. We can kind of discuss it tonight. In a campaign, you want to make some remarks. I'm thinking about a campaign tonight is to do it. The one nation is November 4th, little guy, and that's right around the corner, y'all. Y'all know that? A lot of people don't realize it. You think it's a long time, but it's not. It's really loaded. But we just want to thank y'all for coming. And don't forget the Beans and Greens banquet. We got Mayor Jackson, Mr. John Horn, going to be on keynote speaker. Senator Jordan, he was down in Jackson same time you down there, wasn't he?
Right, the same day.
In the city, that was the same day. And retired just like the same day too, didn't he? Look at that thing. But he said he donated, he just he said he'd be here. I'm kind of wondering what I was going to wear.
We may get Barbara Rush.
Barbara Rush?
Barbara Rush may come on with
Bring it on.
I had to talk to him.
Bring it on.
He's the first person to honor this in the state senate.
Look at Barbara Rush, we're going to make him sing something. Hey, we're going to eat this boogie now.
Stokes may come.
Who?
Stokes.
Who is Stokes? Oh, Richard Stokes?
No.
Ken Stokes. Oh, man. I've had no principal ticket, man. I put about 200. But we're going to eat good. But Caleb said he's ready. Instead of having baked chicken, we have some good old smoked chicken off the grill. And some barbecue and some hamburger steaks. Mashed potatoes and greens and beans and rolls and cornbread and cheese. Water, and you name it, we're going to have it. We're going to have a good time. We're going to have an extra speaker. And we're going to honor this man right here. Something that he's going to be able to honor. John Hart will be able to keep those speakers. But Senator John will be able to honor him. And we got a nice surprise for him. We ain't going to tell him what it is. We're going to do that because he has done a lot for this community. Greenwood, a lot for this county and also this state. And I feel kind of bad. But, we really haven't done this young man just for some time. But we're gonna hook them up on October 2nd. Now that's not fun, man, y'all. But y'all know that's the money, man. So we got tickets out. We're selling now. If y'all need a ticket, you can see me on any other thing you need. Okay? Now the program gonna start early this year. Ordinarily we start at 7. This year gonna start at 6. Because sometimes we have a lot of students come and they want to kind of get back before it's too late. But they still do homework now. We're gonna start at 6 with the program on time. Y'all know I ain't about time now. Now the wine and cheese gonna start at 5. Well, that's a little social hour. Hospitality hour, however we call it, cocktail hour, whatever we call it. But, don't get carried away on that wine. I had one man, he wanted the whole bar. He's a big tired, he coming back in these small glass. Can you give me a bottle? And one of the ladies was doing the silver wine, and she laid hers down and went to see somebody, and she came back, her bottle was gone. So this year we're going to do more. We just want everybody to have a good time. Right? So at this time we're going to ask Mr. Cool to come and officially open us with a word of prayer. Mr. Cool.
Maybe all bow our heads, please. Our dear Father in heaven, we come this evening, Father, thanking you for yet another beautiful day that you placed before us. Father, one that you filled with so many blessings, both seen and unseen. We just want to continue to thank you, Father. Now, Father, we ask your presence and your blessings upon these proceedings that we're having tonight, that they may be fruitful to your people. Father, bless the ones who are to speak, and Father, open the ears of the ones that are to hear. Father, then reach back to each and every one's home that is present, that everything might be going well and as pleasing in your sight, dear Father. We ask this in your blessed Son, Jesus' name, we pray. Amen.
Okay. All right, let's hear you. Good. Cool.
Okay, good afternoon. The Voters League meeting was August 27, 2025, open at 7 p.m. Remark from Mr. Sam. Glad to see everyone and welcome everyone to the Voters League. Remarks about the Beans and Green. It was turned over to Senator David Joy. He said that the program will begin at 6 p.m. on October the 2nd. Our speaker for the Bean and Green would be none other than the mayor of Jackson, Mississippi, John Horn. Also, we have 6 candidates running for the senator seat. President Jordan talked about the MTL 70th program, which was going on during the last week. Introduction of the speaker for tonight was Ms. Carissa Brown, which was introduced by Mr. Troy Brown. She made some very good points and some very good remarks, and asked everyone to vote for her for the senator seat for District 24. She was well qualified for the job. She's pleased to work with. She's ready for everyone to vote. After that, we had questions and answers. Our next meeting will be September the 10th, which is tonight, 2025, time 7 p.m. The speaker for this night will be Ms. Loretta McLean. Then the meeting was adjourned. President Jordan and Vice President Sam. This was the meeting for August 27, 2025. That's it. Yes, sir.
Okay. You just heard the reading of last minute. Under correction to those minutes. It's not the chair like to entertain a motion.
I took over, Chairman.
And the second, for the secretary, then the reading be accepted. Not all in favor, vote for aye. All opposed. One thing I did get a door prize, and we're going to still have door prize like we're going to have in the past. We're not going to have one of them things that we're going to get cash money. Last year, I think we had 2 people from the church clerk now, chapter clerk, offered more. One wanted $50, the other one $100. I don't know how that happened. And they swore they stirred up people real good. But we're going to have door prizes and cash money. Good. So whatever you pay for your ticket, you're going to get your money back. Plus, you're going to have good food, good entertainment. Group by Mr. Cooper there called, what's your group called? Harmony? Harvest. Group called Harvest. I can't keep up with Cooper. Every year got a new name. So this year's going to be Harvest. And they're going to be ready. So we're going to have everything you think that you need. This thing going to be first class. I think that Senator Joy going to be proud. Mayor Jackson going to be proud, and Greenwood is going to be proud that we're going to honor our senator for 32.5 years. That's a long time to represent Greenwood in the Flow County. Let's give a hand, y'all. Okay, Senator, you come on, take it away now.
I'll be very brief. Good evening. I didn't know so many people was running until I found out there was 6 people running for that position. Mayor Slaughter, whoever that is. But I got this to say. I don't want no coward person running for my position. At 100 years old, I'll go back and win it again. I kid you about that, 100 years old. But it is good that we have people who want to take the seat. But you don't need anybody there that's just going to sit there for the dignity that other folks who are suffering send them there just to make it a little better. I'm serious about that. I want people who are going to speak the truth, know the truth, not go along to get along. We got to get along with everybody. Christ didn't get along with everybody. They crucified him. You straight, you can't get along with everybody. Where y'all get that from? Whoever used that. Got to get along with everybody, got to save my job. You ain't got no job. So let's wake up and just stand up for what you know is right and what we need. And we can do it. I know some people went there, they just got there. Governor called them in and gave them a few little hugs and a few little promotion. And every time it came up, they voted against the caucus. I don't know what happened over in the house, Mr. Arnold. Same thing. So we don't need anybody like that. We got enough of those. And so we want to send somebody there who's going to take a position on issues that affect Greenwood specifically. And not somebody there that's been not even, I just want some people from this area who know this area. Not somebody that's coming in and somebody can talk to them and then you don't know which way they're going and all that kind of stuff. We don't have time for it. The mayor needs to get his staff together and get everybody together, and he got to have some help for stuff that are coming. We got a school system now they don't want to teach. They don't want to teach history anymore, American history. They don't want to teach it. They don't want to celebrate the civil rights movement that brought about change. They don't think it's necessary. All because our folks are showing up in mountain numbers and being successful. Now they want to cut it out. Like we are not anybody. We got black everything. We got black folk who won't stand up and need to get rid of them quick as we can. They're no good to us. Got black sheriff, black everybody all over, black everybody. In all these Delta counties. And we having a time trying to get things done. They're cutting everything. Cutting all of the programs. If there's no FEMA, there will be no MEMA. Okay? So they're looking, so ain't no point in people talking about that I'm in politics. You born into politics. Jesus was in it. Why do you think Matthew was a tax collector? Who any more a politician than a tax collector? Didn't he? We got a preacher in here somewhere. Anybody? Matthew told him, put down that stuff, follow me. So don't go, you born into politics. That's government. But what we need to do in my final remarks, we need to go back and read in Genesis and Noah. We need to read the book of Noah. I read through the Bible twice. I've read Noah's story again and again. Try next time. Water, but try next time. And if you look at the word, you can see it's coming. Okay? So keep up with what's going on and read it. Read the book of Noah And what happened? God will destroy us if we don't do right. So we got a lot of pressures on it, but we're gonna make it if we stick together and vote. Some little girl asked me at church, said, "Mr. Jordan, why don't you come to our school and talk to us?" I said, "If I'm invited, we used to be invited. Now they don't want to hear from us. Well, somebody's on somebody's so-and-so, and they don't want certain things said. If you're scared to say it, you ain't got no business. You ain't no good anywhere." So let's realize that we watered this land with our tears and made it rich with our bones. And Paul Dunbar said, "Life for him was a crust of bread and a corner to sleep in, an hour of joy, a year to weep in." So we got problems. So let's pray and work together, and let's hear from whoever here who wants to take this seat. But you're going to have to stand up. You go down there, we're going to call for impeachment, get you out there and get somebody who will. We can do that. We can do that. So at this time, I will get out of your way, and we'll listen to whoever wants to talk. But I want to let you know it's in our hands. You got folks that elected won't do nothing. Don't need them. This is serious business. And we don't want our young people killing each other. We got to make it better for them, whether they know it or not. Yeah. They are our hope. If they kill each other out, and that's what somebody wanted to do, just kill each other. So you won't have to bother with them. Then don't want to celebrate the civil rights movement that got us in position after we had given 240 to 52 years. You have to realize what we're dealing with. Thank you. Everybody looking kind of solid there. You don't like what I said? I don't care. It's been like that all my life. I just life. I can't tell you how much I love you, respect you, but let's work together for the benefit of all. We can do it. Thank you. May God bless. Anybody want to come up and talk? Who is this?
She can introduce the speaker.
Oh! What grade are you in?
7.
7? Okay, carry on. Okay.
Good afternoon. My name is Zion Keys, and I'm excited to be here with you today. I have the honor of introducing someone really special. A woman who cares deeply about people and about making our community stronger. She gives her time, her energy, and her heart to helping others. She believes in better schools, safer neighborhoods, and more opportunities for every single one of us. When she speaks, she motivates. She makes you feel like you can do anything because she truly believes in us. So let's give a big welcome to the woman who stands for the people and stands with the people. Next State Senator for District 24, Loretta Johnson McLeod.
All right. There's my lady here.
Yeah, I'll give my niece a hand. I asked a few people that would like to call in to the G-Wood Live station to give just tell me if they feel something regarding me or they think I make a good candidate when they call in. So my niece called in. My sister told me, I said, well, I don't want to hear them wait till it play on the radio station. And I asked Mr. Hall for it. And when he sent it to me, it touched me because a lot of times you got to know how people feel about you without actually hearing it directly from them. So I took what she said and I added it to one of my videos. And a lot of people are encouraged because when we get out here in the morning time, the children are with me. Some of them didn't make it today, but I'm going to tell you about that dedication. So on Monday through Friday, I'm out by myself at 6 o'clock. But on Saturday, 5:30 in the morning, those kids are outside waiting on me to pick them up. to go out and campaign with me to pass out my cards, and I was gonna recognize some of them, but that wasn't their parents to bring them. They asked the people, "Are you registered to vote?" So we even had the forms for people to register to vote just to see the kids. And I tell them these are the future voters of District 24. And it just does my heart well to know that I'm encouraging a generation behind me to want to vote, or someone to want to come behind me and say, this is what I want to do. And a lot more of them are encouraged, and they're looking at running for positions in school. They're running for, like my nephew and my niece, they're not here, but they ran for president, vice president of school. And the kids are just willing to be, ain't see what we're doing today. And it's just history for us, because in 65, I think that was when King marched. My auntie done marched with them. And now here I am 60 years later. I'm my grandmother's dream. So I wanted to say that to give her acknowledgement, then I go into my speech, y'all. So good evening, friends, neighbors, and proud citizens of Mississippi District 24. My name is Loretta McLean, and I am running to serve you in the Mississippi State Senate. But tonight, I don't just stand here as a candidate. I stand as your neighbor, a neighbor who believes in the power of you. Whether I earn your vote or not, what matters the most is that you show up and make your voice heard. The democracy that only works when we participate. Our community only moves forward when we move it forward. Now, I know some folks feel voting doesn't matter. I've heard it several times. You feel like your voice is getting lost in the noise. But let me tell you the truth. When you vote, you are not just checking a box. You are declaring, my family matters. My neighborhood matters. My future matters. I matter. Think about it. Something as small as where to place a red light, that's government working for you. That patrol car circling your block at night, that's government protecting you. Those town hall meetings, even come to the Voters League to hear your voice in a room, to echo across. Government is listening to you. We have a senator sitting here to listen to you. We have an ex-principal here to listen to you. We also have a state representative to listen to you when you come out and make your voice heard. Government is not some faraway thing. It is us. It is every person in the room and across District 24, across the state of Mississippi. When we vote, when we show up, when we speak out, we shape the future our children will inherit. One person representing a whole district is a tough job, but it can be done when the people behind that one person stay involved, stay active, and stay aware. And let me be clear, I will do it. I will represent you boldly and with courage as well as with authority. I also know the reality that we face every day. What once felt far away has become normal in our communities. The violence, the struggle, and the uncertainty. Too many of us have chosen to stay out the way. Too many believe no one is listening. But hear me clearly tonight when I tell you that I am listening. And I know the fight is not over. When I think about the legacy of leaders like Senator Jordan, I'm reminded of the courage it takes to serve the people. This is not an easy seat to hold, and I'll be honest with you, I cannot promise that every bill I bring forward will pass, as Senator Jordan told me a few weeks ago. I cannot promise that every fight will be won, but I can promise this, I will never stop trying. An unknown Arthur once said, don't stop when you're tired, stop when you're done. As you see, our senator, he retired from his seat. He didn't stop. He stopped when he was done. So no matter what name you choose on that ballot, please vote on November 4th, 2025. Vote for our community, vote for our children, vote for the right to sleep peacefully at night. Your vote matters because your voice is too important to be silent. And if you choose me, Loretta McLean, to represent you in District 24, I promise this, I will listen, I will fight, I will serve. Nothing will take away my will to be there for you. Together we can keep pushing. Together we can shape a stronger Mississippi. Thank you, God bless you, and may God bless the great state of Mississippi, and especially District 24. Anybody have any questions? I made it short because I thought it would be more than me speaking tonight.
That's good. Loud and clear.
Any questions? You know, the majority of them have followed me already, so they know what I've been talking about.
Anybody have any questions?
I think we good.
I think the member of the phone. You have a question? Oh, he does.
That's it.
Okay. All right. Well, I have one. I'm impressed with your enthusiasm, and I think you're serious about what you're trying to do. And I just, being redundant, I just want somebody strong because we need it. Not only we need them everywhere.
Yes, sir.
Because let me tell you, it's a lot of things happening across this country now, and it's because of us making some progress or made some progress. They want to roll it back. They can hold us where we are now, 100 years from now, if we start all over again. That's what you're about to see.
Yes, sir.
And we need strong folks who's going to stand on principle and see that it's done. Not somebody who's looking for a handout or somebody's slate that's going to give them a little money to buy them.
Yes, sir.
We've been through that mess before. So thank you.
Thank you.
For your enthusiasm. Your name was pretty good.
Yes, sir, it is.
You in the South? Okay, go ahead. Mr. Austin. Representative Austin from the other chamber over there. My favorite lawsuit.
All right, I just got a couple of announcements I would like to make. I just attended a meeting of the Black Caucus, the Mississippi Legislative Black Caucus in Jackson today, and what they said somebody invited them, and we did too, here to Greenwood to do a town hall meeting. So that's been planned for either October or November. That we would have a town hall here where we'll discuss issues that will come up next year, and we'll discuss this bill or whatever it is that Trump has pushed, the ugly bill. And we also will have the National Conference of Black State Legislators National Convention in Mississippi on the Gulf Coast in December. So if any of you can come down for that, come on down, because Miss McClee, you can meet some of the people that you'll be working with. They here at the town hall and at the conference in Biloxi. And a couple of issues we know will be on the agenda for January, and there are issues that none of us need to support. They'll have school chores. They've already had conferences on that in Jackson, and tomorrow there's what I call a voter suppression meeting, and starting at 9:00, where they are trying to get together to see what kind of repressive measures they can come up with in an effort to try to keep us from voting. So that starts tomorrow at 9:00, and we'll be down there listening at what these racist people have in store for us. And a delegation from the House and the Senate of the Republicans have been up to visit Donald Trump to get their marching orders for the next session. So our work is cut out for us, and Ms. McClee, you need to be boning up on school chores and on voter suppression, so you can help us argue against that. Because these people are serious. They want to take us back to 1920. 1950 was too good, so they want to take us back to 20. When they showed the birth of the nation, everybody knows that film, Birth of a Nation. They showed it at the White House when Woodrow Wilson was in office. And that movie glorified the Klan and presented us as buffoons and said blacks had no business being involved in politics. So that's the kind of stuff that they were doing in 1920, and that's what Trump want to do here in 2025. He's trying to take us back to those days. And that's basically all I have.
Let's get a round of applause. I've got a lot from the platform. Mr. Austin from Greenwood. And he's one of the best attorneys, the most honest and the toughest attorney that I've known in the last 40 years. I tell you age, Austin. Oh, yeah. But, he knows the system. So, anyone else? Anybody else got anything else to say? Go ahead, DJ. Go ahead. Because I heard somebody talk to me about Ada Bina. Ada Bina, they want that to be remain I don't know the school over there. Somebody wanted to remain high school. What's the situation over there?
Yeah, I haven't really heard a whole lot from it. I did talk with the mayor. They was working on something over in front of our house, and we got a chance to talk at length. But the only place I've heard about the school is actually what I read in the paper. They're saying what they're saying is that school has been a part of our community, so it's sort of a historical site, and that it needs to be preserved. That's like
Actually, that's not when I was in school back in the 60s. That was twice.
Yeah,
we couldn't even go.
Exactly.
And so it's been a part since the 70s, but it doesn't have all the history.
Yeah, I can remember when I first started at LG, the students from Edabino.
Yeah, they went there.
Was at LG.
Rushing all the way to Inner City, all over the
Yeah, we were from out the money out there.
And further, I understand people want to school in their community, but we don't have enough money to repair those free high schools. Yeah. We need to concentrate on one good high school, and put good teachers in there, good facilities, someplace that our students won't be trying to study in no air. Okay. So you got to think of all that when you start talking about all these different schools. So you're going to have different administration and staff, and you just spend the money to do a thing. And now the state legislature is trying to take money away to give to the private. And the federal government is doing the same thing. We're going to have less money than we've never had enough money. But with the federal government marriages and the state trying to send us money to private schools, we're going to have less money than we've had.
Okay. Well, with the little bit of information that I've got on that subject, I took for granted that they were basically just talking about preserving the building. That I didn't know that they were trying to keep it as a school, because I've heard too many complaints about the air conditioner, the roofs and things of that nature. But so I just knew that they wouldn't be considered for a school building. But as I said before, I hadn't heard a whole lot on that subject. But the comment that I do wish to make does concern schools, and it concerns our community, the crime situation. One of the things that I've been seeing over and over again, sometimes in this meeting, sometimes at church and what have you. Let me begin from the beginning, and it won't take long. Okay. But in the beginning, when I started the school, we had teachers like Miss Aiken, who were teaching the girls home economics and things of that nature. We had teachers like Mr. Lucas, who was teaching leathercraft, woodcraft. There was something else. Yes, all of that. And so, to make a long story short, as a result of that, when I came to graduation at Elton, whether I decided to go to college or not, I've got a trade. I've got something that I know how to do, that I can make a, as a matter of fact, as Senator Jordan said in the previous meeting, some of those jobs makes more than the ones who were going to college and finished, okay? So we had something to look forward to, something that we could utilize to make a paycheck. We didn't have to run back home to mama, and we didn't have to run out in the street and join some gang or whatever have you, because we could do our own thing on our own. And that's one of the things that's lacking now in the community. When these kids march out of high school, whether they graduate or whether they graduate, whichever the case may be, some of them just haven't learned anything. They don't know any trade or what have you, and they refuse to go out on the plantation and work. Do you want to pick cotton, young lady? Okay. So you don't want to have to go to that.
Well, let me state the question. The state that I thought was the wrong conclusion. They are trades that you just mentioned. They're definitely the Thomas and everybody else. But they took it out of the high school and they sent it to the community college. Right. And the community college is not doing anything with that. Then you had homemade economics. You were a girl who knew how to sew buttons. I'm ready to learn how to sew buttons. Don't have that stuff right there. All of that was taught in high school. You had to cook and how to dress. Right. And all of that. And then the men, white of us got well built, bricklaying and contract on the John Hebrew Board. He was trained. When they came out of high school, because how dense he was in the subject matter, if he could lay bricks, he would make a good living.
Hoover here in Greenwood, Hoover that does plumbing and electrical, he was one of my classmates. That money. We were in woodworking shop in the 3rd grade. Did you hear me? You remember? We were in leathercraft in the 5th grade. Now we getting ready now to go to high school. You see how far back, and then when you put it in the junior college, see, you already put it too far out of the reach of the ones that's going to be coming out of high school that's not going to college, because they just made up their mind that for whatever reason, whether they don't have the money or whether they just don't have the just don't want to go. At least they made it through high school.
It's something that I've been talking to Marcel Greg about. He does the type of thing. He got 2 trades in his shop on comparison. So I was telling you, a lot of kids, I have a lot of certifications. I'm a hairstylist. I'm a hair doctor. So every time I need something, I keep going back to get more degrees and certifications every time you drop. So we was talking about how they no longer do the home base, they no longer do the carpentry or anything like that. And a lot of our kids come out, they can't go to college, so they just don't rest it. But if you do give them a trade early, like my niece, they've already learned building homes. So he said, well, that's something that I want to do in the field, because in the community want to see how they take and make carpentry and things that they, so they want to know how can I teach them to break, because a lot of our young men do not have those trades. Yesterday, I was out in the bad part of town, and most people said, don't go over there. So I went over and I seen the young men, they had their guns and everything. I walked right up to them, so that was with me. They got some of my cards yesterday. She said, yeah, people, I said, how do you go out with? I said, hey, how old you is? He said, I'm 19. And then he said, talk about me? I said, yeah, I'm 19. Then I said, you ready to vote? He had gun on the car, gun right here in the house. And then he said, yes, ma'am. He said, but I can't vote, I'm a convicted felon. I said, well, hey, you murdered somebody? He said, no, ma'am. I said, you know, it's 23 felonies that were against you for voting. I said, you one of these? He said, no. I said, you still can vote. I said, do you want to do something with your life? He said, yes, ma'am. There's 3 of them there. So a lot of times they're afraid to address these young men because they still with their guns. I said, I got a gun too, do I need? He said, no, he said, don't damn be good up here, just like that. He said, but he's interested in taking a trade. He's 18, he was 19. There was 2 young men standing next to him. I said, now, you guys registered to vote? He said, yes, we registered. Our mom took us to register. I said, we want to vote in the city stuff. And I gave him one of my vehicles. I said, I need you to contact me. And all 3 of them texted. I said, I need you to contact me because Lord willing, when I win this. I said, they have trades at the gas stuff. I'll pay for you. And there's not enough people that will invest in them. So, of course, they have nothing to do. We don't have nothing to do. But we want to take a trade. Mom don't know anything about how to fill out a passport information form. We didn't have help with that either. So they had to talk to them. And it did my heart well to walk up to them and talk to them because pretty much it's not the only community that I walk up. I don't care what they got on, they know.
Well, now, one of the things that there will be people in the community, people who know these kids, the ones who have the guns, who will say that they're pretty good kids. They're just being led by the wrong people in the wrong direction.
Yes.
So the thing is to get them focused on something else, and you can't focus too well when you just ain't got no inkling of an idea of what you can do. Did you have a question? Oh, okay.
Myself.
Who was it?
Myself.
Okay.
I got my word, I got to say.
Okay. The woman bring him back.
They can't learn no trade if we just teach. Okay, we got to stand up for people to get out there and teach them. Just like she said, she had to go in the neighborhood. You know, a lot of them afraid to go into these neighborhoods. A lot of them say that we don't want to deal with these type of people.
Okay.
This is one reason why we had a situation that we had. We ain't got no power for people pushing through the community to change these life.
Okay.
See, like when I was young, I had my auntie, my mom, all these different people taught me different skills, different trades, you know. But right now today, you have nobody that take out time with none of these kids. They when you try to do something for these kids, you have the people that'll tell you, hey, we ain't messing with them. We don't want to fool with them. They too bad, but you don't never take out time to sit down and see what the kid going through. Yeah. Or what he want to be. Mm-hmm. Yeah, these people, when we get these people stand up to push into the community, I guarantee we can change everything around it.
Oh yeah, and to show you that I know what you're talking about, and the reason why I say that we got to start talking. We got to start talking it up, trade, so that the kids will get the message. Because I make lawn furniture, I work on lawnmowers. You know, that's one of the things that happen when you learn one trade. It just sort of migrates into other things, because woodworking, you end up having to do some metal work. When your saws go bad, you end up having to work on them, so you get into electric. So, you know, it just keeps leading into learn more. But now, I was in my backyard building a picnic table and some benches, and there was this kid who kept walking back and forth. I think I told those ladies before. He was just walking back and forth. And I kept working, and before long, he was about as close to me to the hard, and he just peeping and just rocking and things. And I kept on working, and next thing I know, I bumped him with my elbow. He trying to see what I'm doing. So since I saw that he was so interested to sort of keep him from getting in the way of that sharp chop saw, or what have you, I started asking, hand me that piece of wood over there.
Yeah.
You know, and he handed me that piece, and then I let him watch me cut the angle and what have you. And we were going pretty good. He was really getting into it, you know. And his mother yelled across the street, let's see his name is Sammy. Sammy, what you doing over there in Mr. Cook's yard? Sammy made the mistake of saying, I'm helping Mr. Cook. Okay, it was a child. He just said the first thing that popped into his mind. Mama's response, is he paying you? No, I'm just helping. You don't need to be over that end. Okay, see, that's the attitude that's got to be changed. There's a lot going on with that generation in the middle there. We can grab this generation here, and this generation here has been through the things that I've been through, but that generation right there in the middle, we got to talk with them. Let them know that, hey, you don't sit back and depend on your child to bring money home from drugs and whatever. You know, let him learn a trade. If he want to watch somebody, you want to learn something, hey, you can't get paid when you don't know what you're doing when you're trying to learn something.
I think what you're saying is what the problem is now. We all know it. There is no communication. Right now, years back, you may have heard me say this many times. When myself and all on Friday, we could go into a school, tell how people becomes a law. Students need that input. And but they changed it so everybody's so locked down, they don't want to let us in. See, they need to know that. Now, the young people need to talk to older people. I just know older people that can't read and write. You got to know more about the road of life than somebody 15. But there's no communication. Parents mad, don't know why they're mad. You can't communicate with your children. And yet, the power structure is going to send the money right with the child. The child goes to a private school, that money going to follow. And I'll tell you, it's going to be taken away from poor parents. It's going to do it. The money is going to go any way the white people want it to go. Now, that's where we are now. That's why I say everybody got to vote. I wish the babies could vote. Everybody got to vote, and we got to communicate. I see some young guys up in a grocery store or someplace. Young men see me and I say, hey, buddy, what's your name? Come to find out, they don't know why they're mad with somebody like me or not. They don't know. But when I talk to them, they're just innocent young people. But no communication. Communication is what we need. We got to start talking to them, let them know we love them. They got to be our children, that we care, and that we want to see them be a success. There's Jackie, one of my students. There's Dr. Glenn, one of my students. Somebody else back over there. The attorney over there, if she's still here. All those folks, we all communicated. And we was in a pretty tough fight. We were integrating the school. But they didn't run over us or anything out. Not in my day. No. I wouldn't just let you misuse no black folks in my class. Some teaching I had it about. That's what we're looking for. We got to communicate. This is us. This is what I'm saying all the time. This is us. We've been through more than anybody else in the world. Because we happen to be black. And people think because we're black, that we're less than them. But all of us look alike. It was easier to get people out of Africa to come to be slaves because Africa is a continent and it's a tribal area. It's tribal. We have one tribe against the other. These tall guys, I may fit in that group too. The one Tuesday got that tall and got a big head, like being arrested. So, but tribe, they call tribe. And so when the slave traders went there, they would try to tribe in like the other tribe. They would have to catch them and bring them to America as slaves. Across the capital, it's a continent, but it got countries in it. So that's how they found out we were conducive to this hot weather like Africa, and they enslaved us for 252 years. And they want to steal, and they got an idea that they were superior to us because we were black, we all look alike. All got 2 years on a number of conditions, walk upright, legs and arms. What make an Indian think he's superior to everybody black? None of the racism. That's what we're tired of with. But we got to communicate and show love to our own folks. We are broken apart because of drugs and other things that happen. And we're wiping each other out, and that's what somebody wants us to do, but we can't. We shouldn't do it. I'm finished.
So one thing I forgot to mention too, all those trades that I named, they're no longer gender specific. Okay, you got women models, you got women carpenters, okay, welders, you got men chefs, cooks, whatever. Okay, so all of those things apply to any and everybody.
Your turn. Thank you. Ms. Lee? Thank you. Write me out.
Good evening. I just wanted to just share a few things with y'all. I know that the fight is real here in the city of Greenwood. The fight is real at City Hall, and we don't need to go to sleep or to get comfortable. Want to share that the City Council has been meeting, holding private meetings, which is against the Open Meetings Act. They're working on the city budget, and I'm not talking about Honorable Council Lady here. She is one of others have made that decision, have attempted to hold, calling a budget workshop, but it doesn't matter what you call it, a public body, except for when they have voted to go into executive session, everything is public. And so when I went to the first one, when I walked in, the other councilwoman asked the council president, is this meeting public? So I was waiting to see how that was going to go down, because I was ready. And he said yes. So they continued on. There have been 3 meetings. Another one is set for Monday. And you are a citizen of Greenwood, you need to show up on Monday, September 15th, because that is the statutory deadline for municipalities to adopt their budget for the next year. And so you need to show up, because that is when the council is going to do the public hearing. And in the public hearing allows for public comment. So this is your time to go and inquire. This is not their money. This is our money as taxpayers. So please, and don't fall for the okie dokie. If one of them says this meeting is private, there is no such thing with a public body. So they're going to adopt the budget on Monday, and the regular meeting is on Tuesday, and I can't remember exactly what related to that that they're going to do. So we just need to, we can't go to sleep. We got to fight because some of these things are not right. And, you know, they knew not to try that with me. But, you know, for somebody that doesn't know the law, just a regular citizen, you can believe what they tell you. You're not going to question it. So we just got to fight, y'all. We do have a fight on our hands, and we just cannot go to sleep. And I'm going to say this. Should you attend any council meetings, please don't speak out and murmur. Don't give them ammunition to put you out of council chambers. Please don't do that. Just, some things are hard to digest, but just don't. Because they're looking for a reason to have, because I've heard them say, where's the officer at? If somebody speak out again, escort them out the gallery. Just don't give them ammunition to do that, please. So Monday, September 15th, is it 4 o'clock? 4 o'clock will be the public hearing. And so this is about your tax dollars. And from the things that I've heard, things don't look all that great. They don't look all that great with the budget. And so because they don't look all that great, you need to be looking and asking questions about where they are going to be giving money to various organizations and stuff. And People's Association on the council to those organizations. You need to look at that and you need to really be concerned about that. Thank you.
Good afternoon or good evening. I just like to say that I did attend the meeting tonight, and upon initial arrival, one of the councilmen tried to steer me away, and I asked the question, is this a public meeting? And I was told, no, it's not. It's a workshop, and you can come back Tuesday. We will have one additional meeting coming up Monday. So I got to thinking about it. I went to my car and I said, now I know this is a public meeting. So I went back and I looked into the room and I saw there were not many seats, but I looked at the mayor and I asked him to step out. And I asked him the question, is this in fact a public meeting? And he said to me, of course it is, and you're welcome to come in. And I did go in and I did take notes. And I was made aware that there are some things that need to be addressed about the budget. And there were things said, you know, of course, they were not sure about. One of the people helping the mayor, she was not there. She's out sick. So, of course, we have one other lady councilman, of course, not the honorable one here, but she, for some reason, has some animosity against the mayor. And if you don't know, you should know. So she tried to find any way she can to make him look bad. So she asked a question that he didn't have the answer to. It's because simply the person with the information was not there or available. So he could not give the rightful answer. So he chose to say, I do not know. And then she said, and it should be in the newspaper, the upcoming paper, because the newspaper reporter was there. You can check the facts, and I do have some notes. She said to him, you're always trying to find somebody to blame, and that is totally unacceptable and disrespectful. So if you can show up for the very next meeting, please be there. Please attend. And if I didn't say who I was, forgive me. I'm Jacqueline Buchanan. Thank you for the time.
You said the paper was there.
They were there.
And someone told you that it was not a public meeting.
Right. That's a public meeting. Yes.
So the same people?
Yes. A councilman said that to me upon arrival. Mm-hmm.
Let me say this. You have questions?
You have a statement, ma'am? Just carry on. Then we'll shut it down.
Yes, sir. I will listen to about.
You want to come up here?
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Evangelist Barbara Cross. I mostly work Greenwood area in street ministry. So I know what the young lady right there was talking about, being out there in dangerous places. I'm one of them that be in dangerous places every year. From Maglon to Bishop to their department, David Jordan, Snow and John. I'm all around the area, everywhere in Greenwood. Not only just in Greenwood, we go all the way up there to Memphis, all the way over there to Greenville, Battlefield Park down there in Jackson. We be everywhere. Glory be to God. A lot of these young kids out here, they vulnerable and they looking for love. And they need somebody to encourage them to do better. They not bad. They not hard to understand or nothing. They real genuine. And they will talk to you. All you gotta do is talk to them and they will talk to you. And all you gotta do is take up time with them. Just spend a little time with them. And you'll see a big difference in them. I have inside, I'm from side. And inside, there was some young boys down there on the street. But how about, I got an idea with them young boys. And I explained to them young boys about getting crazy and stuff and going to college and graduating. All 4 of those young boys graduated. All 2 of them in college. And the other 2, they got good jobs. Here's what we put in for them. If we don't work with them, we can't bring them out of nothing. Nothing. And another thing I was elaborating on Mr. Dave Jordan, when he was telling us back in our days about black and white. This tag right here I'm showing y'all, on August the 1st of this month, this tag here caused my 42-year-old son that got leukemia and congestive heart failure. This tag here causing him to be police brutality. He was coming from across the track inside. He said, "Mama, let me use your car to make a block." Me and my friend. I said, "Okay, you can use the car to make a block." He just had left the house. He wasn't even gone a good 20 minutes. And he said he dropped his friend off at home and he turned and went across the track. And he said all the police, all the sheriff department, there were about 3 trucks jumped the track. And when they jumped the track, he was turning and coming back up on the track. They whooped around and they put the lights on him. And they said that they tried to stop him, but he was going real slow. The reason why he didn't stop, because he had been beaten already 4 times by the sheriff department. And he said, "I'm not going to stop until I get somewhere, around some people." So he had to make it home. He made it home. And when he made it home, there were 3 white police and a Mexican. And when he made it home, the sheriff department run into the back of this car right here in my yard. And he parked the car in my yard. They ran into the back of it. And after they ran into the back of my car, they backed up off his arm. They got out the car and they told him with guns pointed to his head and stuff, telling him to put your hands in the air. He put his hand in the air. He said, "What's up? What I do wrong?" He said, "I ain't doing nothing but coming home, bringing my mama car back home." When we know anything, he was tased, he would take and he would rush to the ground by all four of them. And when they got him on the ground, they started beating him, kicking him, and stomping him like crazy. And they carried him to the sheriff's department. They carried him to the sheriff's department without no doctor attention. And when they carried him to the sheriff's department, they kept him there from the first to the fifth with no doctor attention. He had his knee. They messed up his knee. He had fractured rib, disorder his shoulder and arm and all. But the thing about it, they did not give him no doctor attention. And when I called up there for him to get some attention, they still didn't take him to the doctor. What they done, they tried to keep him back there from knowing that what they had done to him, how they had beaten him right there in my yard.
Let me ask you this. Who is the mayor of Side?
Was Miss Janie Mae Neal.
Who is now?
No.
You don't have a mayor?
No, sir.
The alderman, board of aldermen.
Well, we have alderman. Jerry Smith is one of them.
Do you call a meeting to the aldermen have meetings?
Not as I know, sir.
They don't, nothing functioning for a city government inside. You don't have a mayor and your board of aldermen don't have meetings.
Not as I know, sir.
That's the city. The town.
That's what we're trying to find out right now.
You live there?
Yes, sir. I live there.
You're trying to find out. You do from day to day. Nobody in the office or anything?
Well, nobody but the water bill lady. They'll collect the water bill.
So you need a, I'm providing son about 100 years ago, side had a mayor and a board of aldermen. What do you need to do it to get it functioning? The city is just open if you don't have anybody just come in and do what they want to do. So the mayor, you need to have the election, you elect the board of aldermen, so that little town, the hamlet, can function as a town should. You ain't got no law there.
That's true.
But now, that's not, you live inside.
Yes, sir.
Why don't you call a meeting and find out why it's not functioning?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. So you understand that? Ain't no nothing. So it's just open town.
Yes, sir.
Open hamlet. Nothing is there. No law orders or none, no function or anything. That ought not to be.
That's true.
So then you would have something, all board of aldermen would have something to say about what all happened to you. But you ain't got no comment there.
That's true.
And that's not up to y'all to do that.
Yes, sir.
Can you follow me now?
Yes, I
the
do.
mayor have put, elect another mayor. And get you a board of aldermen so you can have some restriction against what you say you're going to do.
Yes, sir. And he stayed there. He stayed there on that back road back there. When we called up there, we talked to Michael Bowman because Mr. James Payne wouldn't come out and talk with me. He wouldn't say a word. So Mr. Michael Bowman came out and said, we did try to get him medical attention. We carried him to the hospital, but the hospital said he did. Then he said, the nurse speak to him. The nurse said he was all right. But the nurse said he was not all right. The nurse said that he needed emergency attention right away due to the fact of his knee. I just want y'all to look at these pictures of what happened. Just look at the old picture right there. And you're going to tell me that it was not police brutality against a black and young lady.
We don't have to check this off, but the basic thing you need to do is to get your town with a mayor and a board of aldermen that function. If they all have run away or gone away, don't get paid and resign, you got to elect some more. You can't go on like you can always have this if you don't have any control over that town. That's up to you as the people. What happened in Greenwood, everything that happened in Greenwood can have some kind of, well, it's not what we wanted, but it's some kind of organization. But Side doesn't have a mayor, doesn't have a board of aldermen, it's just open. It can't continue that way. So it's got to be up to you as a leader there to see that your board of aldermen function. That's number one. And then you have a board over your town. But you ain't got a board, you don't have an alderman, and you don't have a mayor. So that's just like territory. That's why they came in. That had something to do with it. I would assure you had a board of aldermen. So what are y'all doing here? We run this town. That's what you got. You do. That's what you're gonna have. You're gonna have to do that. When I say you're gonna let the people on the side.
Is your son still in jail?
No, sir. He at home. He had to have surgery. He had on the 22nd of August. He had to have surgery, and he stayed in the hospital from the 22nd to the 25th.
Was the surgery, ma'am? Was the surgery as a result of that?
Yes, sir. Wasn't nothing wrong with him until then. Wasn't nothing wrong with his body, like.
Okay. We'll have to close out. Next week, I haven't talked to the congressman, but I'm going to get the congressman, see if I can get him by here as soon as possible before your election, Bob. And we're going to see if we can get other people here, and all of those who are running for the seat, a friend seeking is welcome as reigning.